Hey everyone, welcome back to the Stand Comedy Club podcast. This week we're talking to the wonderful Mark Nelson. Enjoy!
Well, look about, ooh-wee.
You know that
we just
one
started.
of the I reckon so. One of the main things that keeps coming up is how good of a singer you are.
Oh my god. Hi guys, welcome to the podcast. Today we have Mark Nelson.
Hey, hello. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
I quite that's cool. I'm very happy with
context is that we recently had a 25th birthday party for the Stand in Glasgow.
which was excellent.
Thank you.
That's good
I
fun.
mean,
It just
has nothing to do with me, really. Molly
was-
had quite a lot to do with organising it, to be fair.
I wasn't
but
stressed about it at all during the day.
we had karaoke, and Mark did,
Dean Martin.
Ain't that a kick in
and
the head?
it was
Yeah.
really good.
It's funny because I quite like surprising people
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that because even the photos that people took, I look like I'm having the shittest time possible, whereas I'm actually enjoying myself more than I have in months, but I just look miserable all the time. So yeah, I quite like surprising people. I like it in comedy actually.
Yeah.
It's quite a weird thing to do.
Yeah,
because comedy's always like, most people lie in comedy.
Sure.
And they always, the point is to try and make yourself up. You need to try and sell yourself as
Yeah.
better than you actually are right from the start. Whereas I've gone the complete opposite. I really like going in, being underestimated. It's incredible. It's wonderful when you do it down south. When you like most Scottish acts will tell you this. I know Kevin had this, and I know Susie said this as well. Where if you go down south, you're immediately dismissed when nobody knows who you are, because you could have been doing really, really well and smashing it up here, but the minute you go down to a comedy store or Birmingham Glee or something like that, and a lot of the established English acts will see you, they'll just dismiss you as another.
Is it sort of like what have the word you type thing?
Yeah, basically, exactly like that. And then there's it's one of my favourite things where no one, and it's kind of it used to be a comedy store thing. It's different now, where the established acts would ignore you when you were an open spot, because they just assume you were just the latest in a long line of open spots.
Because they've seen so many people coming
they'll
through.
never see again.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful that nobody speaks to you, and then you go on and you do well, and
Everyone's like,
suddenly everyone
yeah,
speaks to you. It's
yeah,
incredible. I love
that's
it.
so
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's quite good. I like that.
That Mark Nelson was pretty good. Weird that he just sang kick in the head the whole time.
Well, after you'd sang it, I came up to you and was like, "Oh, it was amazing! You should quit comedy or something," like as a joke. And then you were just like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah, I wish I could. Like, I would do that every single night. A residency in Vegas,
Just
just
doing
doing
that
Dean Martin
song.
impressions is literally my dream.
I think as well the style, like you were proper, like, was it like a crooner? Is that what it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was he was holding the mic stand, kind of swinging it, and then me and Lottie were kind of on the edge of the stage. It was like, "Tell me quick," and we were like, It was like fully. Everyone was. I think had done it for like an hour at that time.
The karaoke.
Yeah, and so everyone was like into it.
Yeah. There was one or two people, like, who was it that did Defying Gravity?
Oh, Erin
was
and Gray.
Had no right to be that good.
phenomenal.
No.
I think it's
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
no right to be as good as it
Lindsay McKenzie. It was
was.
crazy.
No right to be that good.
But that
Yeah.
was professional.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
Which
yeah.
actually, I think is bad form at karaoke.
Yeah.
I think you pitched it correctly. I think that was.
Have you ever been to the Horseshoe Bar, the karaoke
Oh, yeah,
there?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
yeah.
pro level.
It's
Yeah,
just
and
people,
if you
Where-
go up and you take the piss, people are angry.
Oh, they're raging,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
fucking. I've seen
Wow.
stag do's go up there
Yeah.
and get asked to leave because they're just
Yeah.
they're not. No, this is a
No,
professional
exactly. It's like the same
karaoke
people
now.
go every week.
Yeah.
Last time we had a staff night out, we ended up in Cosmopol. And
I was gone by that point.
You missed out.
Lottie was waiting at the edge of the stage. And so every time someone would leave, they would be the first one being like, "That was great. That was really good."
I was steaming. And you're like, you should put your stuff on YouTube, man. I was telling this old man to get TikTok, and he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is."
We did when I did the end of my tour last year. We booked the karaoke in the casino, which is grim. Like it's really fucking because casinos
Is it
are
just a wee room?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's like 3 of them, just wee booths off to the side, and you can fit maybe 8 people in there. But so we booked it from like midnight till 3.
Oh,
and
wow.
it was just, me and Stephen Dick got asked to leave because the guy came in and caught us doing poppers while we were singing Zombie, and it was just like, oh god, this is fucking horrible. This is.
that's the life I want to
That might be
lead.
the clip. That's the clip.
I love it. I love karaoke so much.
How do you
It's
feel
great.
about
It is
poppers?
so good.
Yeah,
Imagine the
how do
two.
you feel about poppers actually, Molly?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, there's a picture of me at Eden Festival somewhere. I won't send it to Chris to put up on the screen. But Eden Festival is in a field in Dumfries.
Yeah.
And they have a disco area, which is like a light up disco floor outside. But because it goes on until like 7 a.m. To keep people warm, they have these like spurts of fire that go over the
Jesus
top
Christ.
of the floor. So there's me standing. There's a picture of me, bucket hat, shorts, wellies, oversized jumper, and then it was perfectly timed picture of as the fire's going over. I'm just
Yes.
yeah. I should make it my
Yes.
LinkedIn profile picture or something. But yeah,
That sounds really cool.
yeah.
There is a rumour that, and I don't know how true this is, but in the Birmingham Glee, one night they put poppers through the air conditioning system.
And everyone shut themselves.
I hope it's true. But,
There was I don't know whether it was true or whether it was a rumor, but when I was in first year at uni, there's I can't remember what club it is in Edinburgh. It's the one on George Street.
Why not?
Yeah, someone shut the floor on why not because they were wearing a dress and no pants, and then they did poppers and then.
Jesus. Oh my god.
And that's why you're not allowed back in.
I mean, that's true.
Ain't that a kick in the head, honestly?
So obviously you're we've discussed how fabulous a singer you are. Was performing always what you wanted to do? Like, did you? I didn't do my research. I'm sorry. Did you have a Muggle job before this? Did you?
Yeah, a couple.
Well,
Quite a few actually.
What made you go? Sack this. I'm going to be go showbiz, baby.
I just really like because this is such a standard kind of story and answer. Like I loved stand up and like. Not even so much in terms of like most people go, oh, my parents were always playing Connolly and stuff like
Sure.
that. I loved American stand-up. Like I
sure.
adored Eddie Murphy stuff. I adored anything like that, George Carlin, all that kind of stuff. And then, because I was coming from Dumfries and came up here, it was never really thought it was a job.
Sure.
Like, and then when I came up here, I came up here at university, and while I was at university, I was working at Topshop. And
R.I.P.
I know. And my friend Ross said, "Come along to the stand." I'd never been in here before at all, and it was when Michael Redmond was still doing the
Sunday
Sunday
service?
surgery.
Yeah.
Sunday service, yeah, sorry. And Tom Stade was headlining, and I've never seen anything like it. Like
Sure.
I've never seen that control, and I've still never really seen that control of a stage in my life. It was phenomenal to watch, and it was just like, Jesus Christ, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And then I think a couple of years passed, and then obviously I found out that you could do open spots and stuff like that. So then I went to do, as a lot of people have done, Viv G's course.
Cool, yeah.
So I was in the same. We had quite a kind of, because before us had been Des Clark, Reverend Obadiah, Des McLean, and then we were kind of the next big class. And so it was me, Billy Kirkwood, and Jay Lafferty.
Oh, no
We
way.
were all in the same class.
Ah, okay.
I love this law.
Yeah, and
I think we need to get Viv on this.
Yeah,
by the
we
way.
do.
She's responsible for
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, I mean, like, 'cause
Paul,
I did-
Paul McDaniel was saying that he was in the same class as Susie McCabe.
Yeah, because I compared their graduation,
their showcasing
Wow.
gig.
Yeah, the one that Susie and Paul were in, and it was just like, and like Viv has said, there's been certain. It kind of skips every 3 years. There will be a group that will stay together and then go on and try their own gigs. So me, Billy and Jay and another couple of folk who don't do it anymore started organising our own gigs just round the corner actually. And we just start, I mean, like, and then we do Glasgow Comedy Festival shows together, and then it's nice that the three of us have still kept.
Yeah, that's really
still
nice.
pals?
Going. Oh, still very, very good pals. Yeah, but it's
Could have been bad if it was the answer. It was like, no, fuck those guys.
so yeah, it's very interesting watching who Viv has actually taught. In Scottish comedy. It's incredible, actually.
And it's not like you all have very distinct styles.
It's
And stuff.
literally
There's nothing like that,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's. Yeah,
She clearly
there's
brings out
something-
your best version of you.
Yeah.
There's not much. I mean, it's weird because for me to do it, it was more a confidence thing. That was, I
Right.
needed the confidence to do it, and that's what Viv kind of brought out. I don't think you can't really teach people comedy. Like
Sure.
people can learn how to do it, but it was more, and then it's more getting to know other people, and then getting who to contact to book and all that kind of stuff, and getting like-minded people together. Like some of the nights out we would have after Viv's classes were incredible. Like literally, because we'd be at it was at Strathclyde Uni, just one of the rooms, and then we would go out, and I mean we'd be out till like 3-4 in the morning
yeah.
after like week 3, and it was phenomenal fun.
That sounds
Yeah,
class.
it was great fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which one of you shat on the floor and why not?
Probably Kirkwood. Actually.
He's probably proud of it as well.
I think that also comes up a lot when we're chatting to comedians, is like the best part about the comedy is like going out after it,
Yeah.
like having
Yeah,
to
yeah.
in the
It's
fringe
such a friendship
especially
group
is
type.
like,
It is, and it's not. It's kind of a. I think we didn't get the best of it, but we got the kind of tail end of it, because like a lot of weekends, like Thursday to Sunday, just it used to be you would go away. Particularly when you were going down south and stuff, you'd get Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday. So it was a proper weekend with the same people.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really exist anymore. And
Do you think is it like a post-COVID thing, or is it just like naturally changing?
I don't think COVID helped.
Yeah.
I think bizarrely, I think clips have made a massive difference.
Oh.
In that, I think we were the kind of last generation of comics where going out afterwards was part of it.
Yeah.
Whereas now there will be an element of, right, I need to get home. If I can edit this, I can get that out tomorrow. And then it's
interesting.
like so yeah, I think bizarrely professionalism has
Ruined- it's
It's
ruined-
ruined.
across the industry. So, and it will still happen.
Yeah.
Like, and it's great. Like, I'm going to Newcastle this weekend, and I'll go out with whoever's there.
Yeah.
And it's still a lot of fun.
It's kind of
But-
like it's sort of like an extended like uni experience or even school experience, because you're like not quite it's like you're like with the same people, but you're not constantly with the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you like get to see people all the time, and it's like
Well, it's
quite
because
nice.
you're
Like-
essentially self-employed. You work by yourself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so like you don't really have colleagues as such.
No.
So it must be quite nice. That network must be quite important, because for all we watch a lot of comedy, we don't share the experience you share. So I can't necessarily fully understand what it's like to walk on stage and have
Yeah.
the worst night of your life,
then
or
there's
vice versa. And it's good to have other people you can share that with.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. And there is a collective almost responsibility of a bill as well, in
Yeah.
terms of to make the night go as well
Yeah,
Yeah.
as
absolutely.
possible. Because you'll notice it as well. It massively stands out when someone is not so much an outsider, but someone's kind of on the bill.
Oh, yeah.
And trying to dominate
And out for
the whole
themselves.
Yeah,
thing.
definitely.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
massively makes
Yeah,
it
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It can ruin the night.
Totally ruin it, especially if
Regard-
it's
like even if the everyone on is good. It's like
if it's a compare, then it's
Yeah.
It can completely ruin a night.
Yeah.
But I've seen open spots like that clearly think, right,
Like they're the-
I'm gonna overrun by 10 minutes
Right,
here because
yeah.
I want to make my kind of,
Yeah.
and it does ruin the entire night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
behave. Fucking behave.
I told you this on Monday, but at the weekend I saw my pal Stuart Laws.
Yes.
Love him. Friend of the pod, friend of me. But we went for a drink before the 5 o'clock show at the Monkey Barrel, and he was telling me who was on, and he was very complimentary about your comedy. And he
Thank you.
said that
That was
he
very nice,
actually
yeah.
had written down one of your jokes.
So that he can use it.
Yeah.
But he was saying that we both agreed that your comedy style is kind of like you're just kind of batting the punchlines out. It's really casual, but it's like such big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a casualness.
Yeah.
It's like it comes across like you're just like saying something that happens to be the
It's
funniest
very.
thing ever.
Do you know what? It is. It's almost like the way Dean Martin sings.
It is honestly.
Jesus Christ.
Because I've always been obsessed with that Rat Pack
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
era, and it's very much a kind of. If you look like the effortlessness
Yeah.
is. It's a difficult thing to do
Yeah.
without looking like you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But if you can master it, then it's
I think, and honestly, I
it's
think
brilliant.
I like it when, like, because quite often you can tell that, you know, you're saying something that you know is like very risky, like almost crossing the line, and you can tell that you know that the reaction could be terrible.
Yeah.
But you're just like, nah, fuck.
It's not
really
even.
good.
It's not even. It's the way you can. It's whenever I've had people kind of say to me like, "Oh, dude," because I don't even do that offensive stuff anymore. I did for a while, but it takes a lot to kind of get it right.
Yeah.
You're like Anthony Jeselnik is the best at it but he's gone a complete other way. He gives a persona that he genuinely doesn't give a shit what you think about him at all.
Yeah.
Whereas there is a way, when people have asked me about it, there is a way you can do it, but do it in a charming enough way that people know you're not serious.
Yeah, that's
and
that's
they
what it
know
is. Yeah.
that it's very tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to kind of not perfect it, but to be able to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And get the confidence of an audience.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
that's the important thing. So they trust you.
That is, yeah. And
Yeah.
I've like there's many comics that have come up afterwards and gigs and stuff, and the main advice I've always given them is confidence is literally all that matters in
Yeah.
this
It's
job.
so true.
It's literally all that matters.
We so we've talked to this before. We do feedback for every show. It's kind of part of the job for us. And often for people doing Red Raw, who it's important for giving feedback at Red Raw for people that are establishing themselves. And it's actually Molly that always says like there's a big difference between like owning the stage and is it renting the stage? You say like
Commanding or borrowing
Yeah,
the
commanding
stage.
or borrowing.
That's a great term.
And
Thank you. It wasn't me that said it. Actually, it was Scott.
Oh, it was Scott.
Yeah, and I did. It's in a previous podcast as well, so I'm not stealing it.
Well,
from
big up Scott
I just
Haddon because
use it.
Scott's seen more. Well, maybe not as much as you like because you're basically living in comedy clubs. But Scott's been here a long time. He's seen a lot of comedy, and he, I would take his opinion quite strongly. But yeah, he definitely, borrowing a stage or owning a stage or commanding a stage. There's a big
once
difference.
you have that in your head as well, because we were talking about it, and I was like in way more words than he had said it. It was like, yeah, this person is just like, you just can't tell that they're like, they're not meant to be like.
Yeah.
They're like,
Or they at
if
least
you
feel
don't
like they're
mind,
not.
I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you some
Yeah.
jokes,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it's like no. And then he said that phrase, and then now it's like ingrained in my head, particularly in Red Raw. It's like, are they commanding the stage or are they borrowing the stage?
And you can see it's just a practice thing that
Totally.
you need to get. But you
Experience.
can see people immediately that can do it.
Yeah.
There have been like times I've seen people for the first time and gone,
And you're,
Jesus
whoa,
Christ,
yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
belong on the stage.
Yeah.
And then
Susan
other
Morrison
people-
said that about Kevin. She said the first time they ever
Yeah.
saw him, she was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
he's gonna be fine." Like,
Yeah.
and he was like
Yeah.
16 or something. He was a child.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
kinda, I guess sometimes you just see it.
Yeah.
What's interesting is sometimes you see people come on who have all of that but have no material, and you're like, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
interesting. You have everything that a comedian has except jokes." It's very
Yeah.
odd. It's like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just a couple more. Get someone to write
Listen,
some jokes for you,
yeah.
you'll be fine.
There are some of the most famous comedians currently touring in Britain that have as much confidence
Yeah.
as possible and literally fuck all else.
Confidence is sort of like in every profession. Probably the more confident you are, the further you get, and that's why people who went to
Yeah.
private school do so well.
Very
They're
much
taught
so,
confidence, aren't
yeah.
they? So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
That was
anything
pretty much
you
the
go into.
majority of what Gok Kwan used to talk about on How to Look Good Naked. He was like, "It's all about the confidence." Gok
Yeah.
said it first, boys. I'm just
Where
telling
is
you.
Gok Wan these days?
I don't know. I think he maybe cooks now.
Oh,
I think his brother was a chef, and I think maybe
why do you know so much about Gok Wan?
I don't know. Just I pay attention.
Why do you know?
I've got my finger on the cultural pulse, like I'm paying attention to what's going on.
I've got the finger in the cultural pulse. Gok Wan. 15-year-old Gok Wan.
Good old Gok Kwan.
It's funny you were saying that, like comparing your comedy in the kind of crooner style of Dean Martin, but this entire time I've been thinking about Dean Martin making jokes about having massive balls.
Yeah. I would love to see that. Genuinely love to see the Rat Pack live at Caesars. Before I forget as well, when you met Scott Haddon, at that party, I have never seen anyone suit dress as a cowboy
Oh my
in
God,
my
yes.
life.
He had already bought those cowboy boots
Yeah.
about a week before he knew that was going
Had
to
he?
be
I
the
didn't know
theme.
that.
Yeah, no, he came.
They're so good.
He came in. He was like, "I'm going to go for a walk, and do some odd jobs." And I was like, "Yeah, totally fine." And he came back and he like slammed them down on the table. Was like, "Just found these. Just found these. Gonna wear them to the party." And I was like, "Okay."
He looked like he'd been the sheriff of a town
Yes.
for a good 10 years. Like,
yeah, that hat was unreal. He looked great.
Yeah.
I might insist that he just wears that to work.
I
That
really
should just be his
think
uniform.
Cowboy hat should be part of the uniform.
We should all dress as cowboys.
I would be so up.
I don't
for
know if
that.
we've ever done that. I don't know if we've ever. We talk about Scott a few times. Scott is the other assistant manager here at the club,
Oh, yeah.
and he's been here for a while, and he's great, and we love him dearly. And we tried to get him on the pod. He's like, no. So
We
you know,
might-
maybe one
we'll
day.
keep
Maybe
trying.
one day. But he is great.
Scott's actually a ghost. He's not. You can't be on camera.
He's a ghost of a
Yeah, he
sheriff.
won't show up. He won't show up.
But he's a great guy. Everyone loves Scott. He's
I
great.
love Scott.
Yeah.
He's so good. He was. Anytime I saw him at the party as well, we didn't really chat. I introduced him to my boyfriend, and then he was like, "Oh, good to see you, man. Like, heard a lot about you." Then went away, and then every other time I saw him, he was like, and then
Thumbs
walked away.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a great guy. We love
Yeah.
Scott.
yeah.
Anyway, back to you, Mark. So you've got pretty, you're pretty intertwined with the club and the history of the club. So I mean, I was going to ask you about your first Red Raw, which we ask everyone about. But also, I was going to say we also briefly talked about COVID, and you were kind of the
Oh my
face of
God,
the stand
yeah.
through all of COVID.
Yeah. That was probably the most enjoyable thing I've ever done.
Really?
Because just you, no one else there to
Yeah,
annoy
it was,
you.
it was great fun because, I mean, like, it was nice now. Well, there's a lot of nice things about it. It was nice to do something. Mainly
Because when
because,
no, like you couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, it was because I remember I did my solo show here because it happened during the festival, and then I did my solo show here on the Thursday night, and then I think we went into lockdown on the Monday.
Well, yeah, it would have been.
And then I remember being like, there was like a kind of multi-act night, and I was on with Scott Agnew, and we were both talking about how weird the atmosphere was because it was kind of like that kind of. It's a weird, like a kind of full moon almost atmosphere where most people had stayed at home, but there was a hardcore people that were like, fuck this, we're gonna. And then the next day that happened, and then at that point there was like no one knew what to do. And then when Richard Melvin said we're going to do something from the stand, we didn't know like what would happen or how it would be
successful
at all.
it would be,
and it's
or-
the most nervous I've ever been in my
Really?
life for anything that first show because
And was it on?
It was
It was
streamed.
live streamed.
it was live.
So
But
basically-
it wasn't through Zoom, was it? It was.
No, it was through YouTube. You
was on
watched it.
YouTube,
So
yeah.
basically, for anyone
Yeah.
that doesn't know what we're talking about, basically during lockdown, we did was it called Live from the Stand or what was it?
Saturday Night Live from
Saturday
the
night.
stand.
So
yeah.
basically, every I don't know how long we did. I can't remember. But every Saturday, Mark would do a live show in front of some cameras.
Yeah.
The first one was from the stand flat in Edinburgh, wasn't
No,
it?
the first one was from the stand in Edinburgh. The actual
Oh,
venue.
yeah, it was
from the
from
club
venue.
itself.
Yeah.
You were only allowed so many people in, so there was
Right, okay.
like 3 folk from the club, and then Al, who did the cameras, Richard was there, and then all of the acts.
Right, okay.
So I think who was it? It was me, Gareth Waugh, Paul Snedden, Joe Caulfield, and Phil Jupitus. I think that was.
Oh, so it was locals basically.
Yeah, I think that was the first
Yeah.
show, and at that point
Was
we
it
were all
good
allowed
lineup?
to be in, and it was weird because the kind of nervousness was because you were doing it in front of other acts
Yeah.
anyway,
And only other
and
acts.
only other
basically.
acts, yeah. And also the guys were nervous because they didn't really know whether the technology was going to
Yeah,
work and
yeah.
how it would stream and stuff like that. And then there was the fact of if no one's watching it, and
Yeah.
then you've got fucking after that the whole comments coming in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting shit for stuff. So it was very, very nerve wracking, but it was great, and it was a proper rush, and
Yeah.
we were all buzzing afterwards. And then the next week we're going to do it again, but by that point no one was allowed in the club.
Right, yeah.
So we just decided to do it from a flat in
Yeah.
Edinburgh, where it was just me and Al with a camera.
So mad. And
And
then people
then-
would submit clips, like video
People
clips.
at that point, we then got, and that was brilliant because then we got to have basically anyone we wanted.
Yeah.
Which is
So,
From
great.
anywhere.
Yeah, so Frankie did a thing for
Yeah.
the second one. Kev did a thing. Jason Manford did a thing. We get like, and bizarre, like as it continued and continued, I started to enjoy it so much because I was getting to write. I was like, my dream job has always been like doing the weekend update on
Yeah, like a news-
Saturday Night
yeah,
Live.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
was getting to do that
Yeah.
every single week.
Yeah. Writing topical material.
stuff,
Yeah.
and then pushing it to the fact that I was like, well, I don't have an instant feedback to this.
Yeah.
So if people are enjoying it, fair enough. If
Yeah.
they're not, I'll never
It
really
doesn't
know
really
because
matter.
I'm not going to look at the fucking
Yeah,
comments
yeah.
anyway. So that was nice. And then we started to like properly get like interviewing people. Like we had Alexi Sale was on one week, and then John Oliver. Like I interviewed John Oliver one week. I interviewed John Oliver the week before I think Trump was re-announcing he was running or something like that, and it was mad. Properly weird type to do, but really proud
cool.
of it.
Yeah.
And so nice that like a wee community came out of it. Like folk
The same people
knew
watching
each
every
other.
week, and they chat.
They would chat in the group, and then still get people come up to me at shows going, "Thanks so much for doing that," because it genuinely felt like an event.
Yeah.
Every Saturday.
Well, because I mean, there was so little to do, it was something to look forward to. I guess like, it was like, oh, that's a thing that we can enjoy. This, you know.
It was really
cool.
brilliant. I'm so grateful to be able to have done it. And
It was cool. I would watch every week. I think I was still technically working for the Stand, doing like emails and stuff. And I think I had to do something. Like when the live stream was on, but I don't remember what it was.
There was something.
Was I like a moderator or something? I don't know. But I watched every week. So.
I think there was about 8. I think Susie hosted 4 of them from here.
Right.
And then I hosted 4 as well. And then Newcastle did it as well for 4 weeks.
Yeah. It went on for a decent amount of time. It was... Yeah.
Pretty much the whole of COVID.
Yeah.
Really ripped the arse out of it.
There's quite a positive outlook on the online gigs, because I knew a few people who did them and fucking hated doing them.
There's with that like lack of there's nobody
The
laughing
response,
except maybe like Al was laughing.
There was I can't remember where I heard this from. It was probably on a podcast somewhere, but someone was talking about doing a gig, like a drive-through comedy show.
Yeah,
Was it
I
you?
did them.
Loads of people did that.
Yeah.
No,
They
but
did the
I
Rotunda
remember
in
a
Glasgow, didn't they?
conversation about it, and it was really weird because instead of laughing,
People would honk their horns or flash the lights.
flash the lights. That's strange.
So they'd done them quite a lot down south, and people would be, but they'd be doing them in big airfields and stuff like that, and they'd be honking their horns. So when we did them, because it was a residential area, nobody was allowed to. They would flash the lights.
Yeah.
But it's
Weird.
the weirdest.
But was it like the people hear it through their radio?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they gave you like a thing to tune into, and it would come through the radio.
So
and it's
weird.
because
That's
it's
quite
like
cool.
it is, but it's like, have you ever been a drive-in movie
No,
thing?
I
I went
haven't.
years ago to one at like Loch Lomond.
They're shit.
Yeah, it was dreadful. It was fucking
Really
dreadful.
shit.
It's like, why are we?
I'd rather watch it either at home or in cinema or just not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not that good.
It's a culture. It's an American
Yeah.
cultural thing. It's
It's
not
an American
way-
culture that relies on there being baking hot summers where you're
Exactly.
like having a
Yeah.
nice day. It's
Yeah.
nothing like that. Just sitting in
Yeah.
the piss and rain. Next
Yeah.
to this, like, this is so
It's like
rubbish.
people in Cadillacs,
Yeah.
like sitting in the bonnet of a Cadillac and
Yeah.
like fingering each other. But it's like, whereas here
That's the
it's,
dream, whereas-
here it's fucking, it's dogging. It's like it's one.
No one
step
wants to get
removed
fingered
from
in a
dogging.
Corsa, let's be honest.
It always reminds me of Grease. Have you seen Grease? When
Oh,
you-
yeah. I'm in the country.
No. They love
It's a big drive-in movie culture in Greece.
No, what's the guy called? Danny tries to.
Hey, Danny Zuko.
Yeah, tries to finger Sandy, I guess.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is it as explicit as that?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Hey,
but
Sandy, let me
think-
finger you.
You can't be telling me Grease is a sexually aggressive film. Come on.
But then he then sings that song, and he's like stranded at the drive-in.
Yeah.
And then he sings that song about
Yeah.
basically being blueballed at the drive-in.
Yeah.
Wow. I went to Catholic school, primary and high school.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. And so we didn't really get sex education, but
Oh yeah.
we did in one like PSE lesson get shown what's the song? Tell me more.
Oh, summer
Yeah.
loving or summer nights or something.
Yeah, we got shown that clip from Greece, and the teacher at the end was like, "And that's how boys and girls are different."
Are
Yeah.
you? Oh,
And that was the lesson.
Wow.
in Grease 2, there's a song
Sorry,
that they
what?
have called
Grease.
Yeah, Grease.
Oh, have you not?
There's a Grease too.
Genuinely
Yeah,
one of my
Grease
favourite films.
With-
Honest to God, it is
with Michelle-
so superior.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer in it.
Yeah.
Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
I
There
knew
is
there was a
a-
Grease too,
What
but
the
I've
hell
never
is
seen
the?
it.
There's a
happens in-
scene in Grease too. I don't know if you're where the war shelter. So a guy's trying to shag his girlfriend,
Yeah.
and he comes up with an elaborate plan where he takes her to this air raid shelter,
Yeah.
and him and
It's
his
all coming
pals
back to me.
pretend the Russians are attacking.
Yeah.
So he says, "Well, this is our last chance to ever do it because we're going to be dead in the morning."
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, but there's a song. There's a
watch
song
this.
that they have because they're in like a sex education class, and then they start singing a song. Reproduction, and then and then I remember there's a bit where they're doing like there's like a line of them all like this, and then there's like all of the women, I guess, have their arms up, I guess, kind of making a vagina shape,
right.
and then the guys are like and they're like going through like sperm.
That
Sounds
would
like they should have showed-
never happen at
They
Catholic
should have
school.
shown you that one
They
at
would
Catholic school.
never
This
have
is
shown us
more
that.
educational.
They would
It's
never have
an
shown us that.
insane. I once, when my wee girl was 3, I think, she was at a dance class, right? She went to this fucking dance class, and it was dog shit. And like it was one of like
She's
the
only
women-
3, give her a
but
break.
but the woman who taught it was like. She could have been anything. She could have been 18. She could have been 56. Nobody knows. Like manufactured, fake everything, but also
right,
like
okay.
leather, absolute
wow.
brown leather, right? So
She sounds
clearly
cool.
like a failed dancer at least.
Right.
And for their end of term show, they did Grease Lightning.
Oh my God.
Right? And if you ever listen to the lyrics of
there
Grease
3?
Lightning, there's like they did like one of the lyrics is they talk about pussy wagons and then like
She's a-
and making somebody cream on
Yeah.
the bonnet. And I'm watching 3-year-olds and they were doing the fucking And me and another dad caught each other's eye and we're like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what is this?
Oh my god.
Dances
is-
to the side like,
And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
That is so
Wow.
good.
I think that's such an inappropriate song. That's
Did she
probably
continue
the
to go
most
to the class
inappropriate.
after that?
No.
that was the final straw.
I was already trying to get her out anyway, but that was the final straw.
Oh wow.
It's funny you should bring up your daughter. She's
A famous superstar.
Yeah, superstar, co-star in many ways, and sometimes
In
outshone
your
you.
videos.
Oh, massively outshone me.
How
Hugely
did that come
outshone me.
about?
She was there.
Yeah, there was I tell you how it started was when she was about 2. She got these for her birthday. She got these like letters that you would stick on the side of the bath.
Oh,
so
yeah.
she can make. So one night I put the letters up and I spelled "Death to the West," right? And I put it up online and went, I think my daughter's been radicalised, right? And then the BBC got in touch and they were like, that was really
We're
good.
doing good dispatches.
Yeah.
BBC, we're
But it was something from the BBC socials department, and they said, "You reckon there's anything else you could do with this?" And I was like, "Well, I don't really." So I went away and thought about it, and then the idea was that we would do. But basically, the initial thing was it was going to be a news program, like a news bulletin, and she was going to be delivering the news.
This is your weekend update moment, Mark.
Yeah. And then it kind of developed into the two of us just having a discussion about topical events, and she was going to be the clever one and I was going to be the stupid one that was going to have explained stuff, and then it kind of just grew arms and legs from that, and then went mental.
You did the one. Did you do the one show? I feel like you did the one show.
After the Easter one that went mental, the one show asked us if we would do a load of them for them.
Oh yeah,
and
I
then,
vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was very, very strange to do. Great fun.
Yeah. How did you get her? Because obviously, for quite a lot of the ones when she was very young, you have to like subtitle because you can barely understand what she's saying. But how did you? Did you just have to get her to repeat something?
It was nice. It was nice because my wife was at work and
She couldn't stop you.
Yeah, exactly. and for the first load, like my wee boy wasn't even born yet, so it was just the two of us in the house.
okay.
So it was a
Sweet,
nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I say it was a nice thing to do. I was basically it was fucking child labour. I was sitting there bribing her with sweets, going, "Do it like this, do it like this, do it like this."
I'm sure you put a few quid away for her though, so that she'll get when she's 18.
Well, that's considering how successful that video came, the £300 I was paid for it has not covered the success. But no, it was great fun to do, and it's really funny, and it amazes me still that people genuinely Like they're like, oh my god, this is so scripted, and you're like, yeah, like what the fuck do you expect? Like, honestly, yeah. There was one we did about the budget where someone said, they were like, I can't believe this is what they're teaching in schools these days. You're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god,
people are so
dumb.
They're so thick on the internet, like so stupid.
Yeah. Some of them might not even be real. You know, how many bots are there on the internet?
But there's some people that I've seen that's like on recipe videos where it's like, here's how to make a delicious egg salad, and then there's comments being like, well, I don't like eggs. Well, don't fucking make it then.
Yeah.
Don't make it. It's not for you. It's so annoying. It winds me up so much.
There's a bit that Sloss does just now where it's like some kind of study where any video you watched on Instagram Reels, you are 3 videos away from something extremely racist.
Really?
That's how
like
bad it actually is. Yeah.
I've really noticed on TikTok, if you open most videos, if I open the comments, the top like 3 or 4 are all something that I disagree with. Because, and I think TikTok knows I will disagree with it because
sure
they
it's not
want
just that
me
you're a big
to.
contrarian? I mean,
But I think
they're not actually.
it's like it wants me to get into an argument in the comments, because then there's more engagement on the things.
Yeah.
But then obviously everything's like that. Like,
Yeah.
they show you the stuff that you will disagree with because it's
That's why I'm not huge. I'm a fan. I'm kind of either side with social media and clips and stuff like that, because you can make a viral video quite easily.
Yeah, there's like a formula to it.
Yeah, you could, like, any of us could go out just now and say a stupid controversial thing.
Yeah, totally.
And then harvest it for... And it's why wankers, like... Because before I came in here today, there's GB News accounts and stuff where they're arguing, because the Labour Party have introduced, like, breakfast clubs for kids because... kids are going to school hungry, and then they're going, like, generally one of them, fucking Eamon Holmes, he was on this morning, and his question is, why is feeding a child before school such a priority? And you're like, listen to what you're saying, you stupid cunt.
And he clearly doesn't, like, if you actually had a conversation with him off camera, he wouldn't say
I don't know,
that,
he sort of came out of the woodwork as being awful.
But like,
when he was doing this morning,
that?
it was so kind of like, hello, but then he actually got the news and he started saying what he really thought. You're like, actually, Eamon Holmes is a dreadful man.
But there are comics that we all know that have sold their soul to that kind of stuff. And will put up anything on Twitter now because they're monetized, and they know
just
the more people disagree with it,
get clicks,
they'll get whatever they want.
Yeah, the rage bait is
it's ruining society.
So how would you feel if either of your children decided they turned to you and said, Daddy, I want to be a comedian?
I don't know. I'd want more for them. No, I mean, if they said that, then fair enough. I don't even know what comedy would look like in however long. I think
at this rate it will be entirely crowd work.
Yeah,
that's the future of comedy right there, which is a bit of a shame in my opinion.
I think there's already a backlash against it, because I have seen even some folk that are incredibly good at crowd work. I've seen some of the comments now where folk are going, I'm kind of sick of this. Because like there's not a formula to it, but if you watch enough clips, it seems like there's a formula.
It seems like there is,
and it makes it very difficult actually for like the really, really good compares that are in here. So like Susan, Bruce, Joe Heenan and stuff. Yeah. I've seen them where they'll go on and compare a room like they're supposed to. Yeah. And then the first act will come on and re-comp it again because they'll go, I need to get a clip
because
out of
they're clipping it. Yeah.
And then that completely undermines their
it's
role
like,
in the show.
Sometimes when you see a compere come out and they speak to someone in the front row, obviously, and it's so clear when someone comes out and they haven't been watching or haven't been paying attention and they speak to the exact same person, ask the exact same question.
It's awful.
Like,
it's awful,
oh God, yeah. And then sometimes you see other members of the crowd answer for them because they know the answer and then it's like, oh God, like, it's a shame.
It makes for a shite night. It really does. Because then also the audience are then starting to think, is this all this is going to be? People asking me what I do for a living.
And actually, like more and more often you get people coming in, because I've said this before, but like we tell customers when they're coming in not to chat and not to heckle. And quite often people will be like, we're not allowed to heckle, isn't that the point?
Yeah.
And it's because all they've seen of stand-up is
And
people
actually,
heckling and
it's
getting.
harder and harder to convince them that that's normal etiquette.
Yeah.
The more,
Yeah.
if it's all crowd work from everyone, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
stand a reason anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
See, when you're, that's what always interests me. Seeing this, when you're working a show,
Mm-hmm.
and there's obviously someone, maybe even like a heckler hasn't even piped up yet. Is there acts that you go, I'm just going to leave it to them?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there is like a
It's,
kind of go.
it's really hard. It's quite hard actually. It depends
Yeah.
where they're sitting. Like if the person was sitting like far enough back that one of us going to speak to them wouldn't disturb
Yeah.
anything, then it's easier to just go
Yeah,
over
yeah,
and be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
shut up. But if they're like in front or second row,
Yeah.
you going to talk to them, like one us member of staff going to
Yeah.
talk to them, becomes part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to be. It has to be. It's like a really delicate balance of
And I think,
like.
like you said, there's certain acts who you're like, it's fine, they'll deal with
Yeah,
this.
'cause yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
like, I mean,
Tom
like,
Stade.
a great example, Tom Stade. Someone like, and in terms of compares, like Joe Heenan can deal with a
Yeah.
can deal with a
Yeah,
heckler.
yeah, yeah.
Bruce Devlin, I dare you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, there's people
Yeah.
out there who like you just don't, and you go like, they'll be fine, they'll
Yeah,
deal with
yeah.
this.
Sorry.
But no, well, yeah. carry on.
Raymond Mearns is also someone
yeah.
that like he recently had a solo show, and when I was sitting people in the front row, I was like, and just make sure there's no chatting or shouting out while the show's on, and I reckon 80% of the front row were like, oh my god, I would never, because they know that like
Yeah, there's
you're
no point,
yeah,
yeah.
like you
Yeah,
don't even like try and poke the bear with
Yeah.
him, but yeah.
But then I suppose if there was somebody who is very competent and we know that they're competent at dealing
Yeah.
with hecklers, they themselves would be like, can we get this person
Yeah, they
thrown
will just
out
ask us
Yeah.
directly a lot of the time.
at a certain point. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah,
But
it's
it is
tricky.
hard.
Like managing a room is tricky at times. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you get a sweet room and everyone just like it's just perfect. Other times you get pockets of people that are issues and it's just like it's a balancing act of like, is me doing something that's more disruptive
Yes,
than
exactly.
the disruption
Yeah.
itself? And but yeah, we do. I mean, we
you-
regularly put people out. It does happen.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like we,
Have you noticed a difference since having people on the door at the weekends?
I also have an actual security guards.
Yeah.
I think what the difference of that is it's helped us feel more confident
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like there's one thing to be like, I mean, we can't physically touch a member of the public. That's like
Yeah.
we're not we don't want to, but also you're not allowed to. But if you have a badged member of security, they can actually deal with it. So
Yeah.
it gives you the confidence of
Back up.
that person needs to
Yeah.
leave. Can you please
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like before that, I mean I don't want to go into like legislation, but like we're a licensed premises. If I ask you to leave and you say no, I can phone the police.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's you've broken the law at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So that is the only thing we ever had in our back pocket. It was like you'd ask the question, "Are you refusing to leave a licensed premises?" They say, "Yeah," and we go, "Well, I'm phoning the police."
And
then."
we've done it.
And we
Oh,
have
yeah,
done it.
absolutely.
We've
Yeah.
done
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because I mean we talk about it, it's not a regular occurrence. Don't get me wrong.
No,
I mean,
God, no.
But you know we have had to call police on customers before. But most of the time, honestly. The most of it is you have one chat to them and go, listen guys, can you just keep it down? They go, oh yeah, it's like think of this more like a theatre or the cinema.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
other people aren't here to see you, they're here to see the act. And they go, oh yeah, I get it, and
Yeah.
they're fine.
yeah.
Then the next 50% of people, it's like you give them a couple of warnings and they go, fine. And then after that, yeah, okay, you kick out maybe every fifth or sixth
Yeah.
group.
And
you
it's
say,
usually people who have probably taken cocaine.
Yeah.
almost
And it
certainly,
goes-
almost
It
certainly,
goes
yeah.
without saying. Obviously, we want people to have a good time. That's
Yeah, of
the whole
course.
point of it. And like people that are, there's a lot of like chatty Cathys in the audience, quite a lot, and
Yeah.
the cocaine doesn't help.
Yeah.
for that. But the thing is, when we tell people that are chatting, people that are too drunk or stuff, like they don't know how loud their
Yeah,
whispers
yeah,
are
yeah.
and how much it travels across the room. And we know that they're having a good time and we want them to enjoy themselves, but not at the
Expense of others.
expense of
Yeah,
other people.
And there's a massive difference between, oh, that's really good, like that,
Yeah.
and just like, oh, that's just like what
Absolutely,
pal said,
yeah.
and like a fool going like, well, actually, I was
Yeah,
it's like, just
yeah,
shut
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Like, we
Yeah.
talk
Quite
like,
often when you tell people to shut up, they're like, well, everybody else is talking. You're
Yeah.
like, no, they're not.
I got into an argument with a customer, and I am usually level-headed, but they really annoyed me, so I shouted back at them because Liam had asked them to stop talking, and they were sat on the bench, and I was sat behind them teching, and didn't even say stop talking, just like when you're chatting, just like be
Yeah.
a bit quieter. And at the end of the night, he came up to me and he was like in my face, pointing at me like that, and he was like, "You told me off for laughing," and I was like, "Why
Yeah.
would I do that? Why would I do that?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Well, you were chatting," and he was like, "No, we weren't. And I was like, "Well, I wouldn't have done it. I'm only doing my job." And then and then he like kept going, and he was like really shouting at me, and then I kind of was like, "Listen." if you don't want, like, the show's ended, you don't have to be here, and you don't have to come back. In fact, don't. And then he was like, and he said something, and then I smiled, and he was like, "You're laughing at me! Stop laughing at me!" Like that. And then I was wearing glasses, and he called me a specky, which was funny because he had one of those glasses where his eyes were like filled with frames.
Jesus.
He was the speckiest cunt I've seen in my life. Honestly. And he called me specky, and I was like arguing back with him. And then he went and he pushed past Akshat and Gray and like tried to throw his Corona bottles on the floor to break them, and they didn't break, and it was so embarrassing. And I was like,
Yeah, stupid specky.
honestly, it's like sometimes as hospitality workers, it's like all you want to do is just like, there's so many things that I want to say, and just on that moment, I think it'd been a really long day. It was maybe like the third or fourth show, and I was just like, shut the fuck up.
Honestly, sometimes we're too nice. I think every so often just let one slip. I don't mind. I won't.
Yeah, we would never kick someone out for laughing. We would never do
that's
that.
insane.
It has never happened.
Yeah.
It will never ever
We
happen.
want you to have a good time.
Even those few people that have the maddest laugh ever, and it does disrupt the show.
Oh yeah.
They don't get kicked out.
Because it's not their fault.
It's
And
not their
that's
fault.
kind of the point.
Like, the laugh is never the issue.
There was like when you were talking about cocaine, years ago, I was doing the Fringe, and it was like Saturday nights are always a bit more mental. Because it's mostly like Scottish people that will come through from different places, and it was about 15 minutes into the show, and about not even like right at the back, about 4 rows back, I just saw a phone light up, and then I heard.
Oh my God.
And everyone started laughing, and I started laughing, and then it happened again.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, right, listen, boys, honestly, I don't mind and I don't care, but you can't do it. And that you can't do
So
coke in the
blatant.
show.
Yeah.
And then one of them said, he was like, it's not coke, it's Kate. And I was like,
fair enough.
so mad. So blatant.
Years
like.
ago at the Edinburgh Festival, we had a show. It was the Stand, but we used to do a theatre down in George Street, the Newtown Theatre, and we had this like big. It's called the Grand Hall actually, and we had a show on. It was called The Real Narcos, and it was the two guys that had caught Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if you ever saw the program Narcos.
Yeah.
So like the actual two guys, this American guy and his Mexican like partner, like who'd like caught Pablo Escobar, were on, and they were the nicest guy. Like he was like, "Hello, nice to meet your son." He was so lovely, and their whole show was like he had this like slideshow, and each slide was just like, "And this is when we walked into Pablo," and they let you a person who'd been skinned alive, and he's just like, "Oh yeah," and there's like a picture of them like wearing Pablo's watch like on camera, and like, "Yeah, so this is when we went into some nasty stuff in this place," and it's like this is the weird. But what was wild about it was that so many folk in the audience were just like young wee guys who were like, "I love you, Pablo." And it's like this is not the show.
Yeah.
The whole show was about one awful man he was, all the terrible things he did. And so after the first show, me and Kenny O'Brien, used to be the managing director here, we had to go into all the toilets before that show and put WD-40 on all the cisterns, and we ruined so many people's nights.
Also, how fucking minging is it to do coke off the back of a toilet?
People do coke off the
That's disgusting.
the most disgusting things.
Why?
They're addicted.
Yeah, but-
People say cocaine's not addictive, but people are fucking addicted.
Yeah.
They can't have a night out without it. They can't go to the pub.
Who says cocaine's not addictive?
Well, it's not the same.
I was under the understanding it was one of the worst.
No, it's not like heroin.
Is it
No,
not?
but
No.
there's like
You can like have cocaine and then not have it again. Can you
But
not?
yeah, there's a
maybe
chemical
not, I don't know.
reaction that happens in your
Really?
body when you're drinking with cocaine, where it's like someone explained it to me, but then if you do it enough or even once, then
You don't have to do it
yeah,
once.
and then anytime you have a drink, your body's like, I need that thing. So
Jesus.
when people have a sip, and then they're
Wow.
like, let's get a bag in, allegedly.
Anyway,
Well, and they fucking do.
I
Yeah.
think I'm the same with chips.
bloody love chips.
I have one crisp and I'm like, I need a bite. Or I have a pint and I need crisps.
Yeah.
It goes without saying, the Stand Comedy Club do not support the use of illegal drugs,
No.
and if you need help, get some.
Yeah.
Just poppers. Just to
When the
Poppers
fun
are fine.
stops.
Poppers are fine.
Stop.
Your
Once you
new
pop,
show is
don't stop.
About poppers?
It's called
It's not about poppers.
no, but it's
It's named after
Yeah.
a brand of pop.
Did you get sponsorship?
I'm trying.
That would be amazing.
I think it would be incredible. I wouldn't even know who to contact. I don't think Liquid Gold are a company.
They should. They might have like an interest.
No, but do they not sell it as like plant fertilizer?
Yeah, but they'll have it.
So does
information,
record
no?
cleaner.
Is that what it is now?
That's
They just keep
record
changing what
Yeah.
it is.
And it's
That's
a weird
so good.
thing. I do a tiny bit about it in the show, and it's it's because it's sold as record cleaner, and then it said this is not for
Loosening your butthole.
Yeah, it basically says it's not for sniffing.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's like I've never seen anything that's
That's all
clearly
it
used
says.
for only that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
advertised
yeah.
for like.
It's right, yeah.
Have
It's
you
quite
ever heard of
impressive.
anyone cleaning a record
No.
ever?
No.
No.
I bet Scott Hadden's cleaned a few
Oh,
records.
that's true. Actually, yeah.
Country records.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I do. There used to be used to get like CD cleaner and DVD cleaner. Don't
Yeah,
know, but
yeah.
I don't know if that was actually.
I imagine that would be similar to.
Yeah.
No, we used it. I used to work in Blockbuster, RIP. And we had a thing. We'd have this big machine. It was a massive box, and you'd put the discs in it, and you put this liquid on it, and it basically resurfaced the DVDs so they would last longer.
Wow.
Like a Zamboni on an ice rink. Anyone?
I don't know what those words mean. I know what ice rink is.
The
What's
thing,
Zamboni?
the thing that between like during a hockey game or whatever during the
Oh, they sort of
interval,
they sort of
go around and like smooth the
Yeah.
ice out.
and
They
they level
re-ice it.
No,
They
they-
like has hot water in it, and it smooths out there.
Oh, cool.
wow.
After all the
Well, we did that in
and
Blockbuster.
in like Canada and America and wherever you have hockey games, that like in football, a wee kid would go out as a mascot.
Uh-huh.
The kid goes on the Zamboni.
Oh,
Oh,
And
rides
like
around.
rides around.
That's
Uh-huh.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
so, what do they pour on the rink? Just like poppers, just piles of poppers on.
yeah. yeah.
But also, you can resurface a DVD.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you have to buy DVD. I don't know anyone that has
So if
DVDs
it was
now.
scratched,
we
you
could basically use this stuff and it would like buff it and sort of reset, and you put this stuff on it. It would basically make them last longer. It was a
That's
secret. We used to
that's really
spend loads of
cool.
time doing that
Wow.
in Blockbuster. But yeah, that's a long.
A dying art,
it's a
I
ve-
guess.
I mean, I guess yeah, for sure. But it was a fun day because
Or you should do like a big batch.
we
of
just
them.
sit and do them one at a time, and just your butthole will get looser and looser and looser with every disc.
Talking of chatting
Loose
and
buttholes.
loose buttholes.
Yeah.
Talking of chatting and heckling, do you get a lot of heckles?
Yeah,
Do you enjoy them?
I do.
Yeah.
I kind of invite it
Okay.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
And it's not really heckling, to be honest. It's just
People saying stuff.
yeah. It's. I think I've always thought if you open yourself up to speak to people, then you kind of need to expect
Yeah.
stuff back.
And to be able to deal with it
Yeah.
when it comes back. Yeah.
I don't like acts that will immediately hammer at an audience and then once they get something back go, well, this isn't on this
Yeah.
is my show. This is
Yeah,
my
yeah,
show.
yeah.
I don't mind it if it's funny and if it's adding to stuff, then absolutely.
Yeah.
It's when it becomes. It's almost the only time it bothers me is if it's ruining
Yeah.
enjoyment for other folk. If other folk start complaining about it,
Yeah.
Sure.
then
It's
it
quite
becomes-
often that someone will do like shout one thing out and then
It's almost
and
like
then
the
it's funny
floodgates.
and it's like but
Yeah.
then if they get too much validation like that person and then
Yeah.
they keep doing it
That's-
and they think they're really funny but it's like the moment's gone.
Yeah, it's
That's
awesome.
what's
I
annoying.
love it when folk do that. When, when folk have got a really good laugh and
Yeah,
then they
yeah,
get
yeah.
such a kick out of it that
Yeah.
they then go again.
Yeah, yeah. And then
the
it's like
second one
nothing.
dies in its ass. It's so fucking funny.
It makes me when someone does a heckle that doesn't land, I cringe so hard that I feel like I can't really breathe.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
It's like the opposite of poppers.
Yeah. No matter how many poppers I would take up at the tech box, my butthole's not loose enough. No.
It actually heals over. Like I said.
Yeah. I'm like a Barbie doll. No, but seriously, who is it that says he's from Newcastle?
Gavin Webster.
Seymour Mace.
Seymour
Oh,
Mace.
Seymour, yeah.
Close. But very soon into me starting working here, someone heckled him as a headliner and it got nothing. And he just stood there and he was like, harder than it looks, isn't it? And then everyone was like, yeah! It's so good. I love those kind of just the put downs where it's not trying to rip them apart. It's just like,
Just,
you're
yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
yeah.
What kind of style do you have for combating?
There's not really a lot of people like go, "Oh, what's your best heckler put down?" I think if you had heckler put downs, you're not very good at dealing with hecklers.
it's like
because
in the
it's not an
moment.
you
organic
can't
thing.
have stock.
Yeah.
I'll have some things if it goes too far, but then you need to react to it individually as to what's been said. You can't just have an immediate kind of. And often it's not even really a put down. Like even what the best thing to do with hecklers is let them talk themselves and making a fool of themselves. And again, this isn't people that you're just chatting to and are being funny and you're having an actual dialogue with. This is people that want to be the centre of attention
who've, like,
and are
interrupted.
being arseholes.
Yeah.
And like that, the Seymour thing's perfect. Like I've seen other people do it. I've seen like, I can't remember who it was, but where they've heckled something and then it's gone completely silent and the comic's just gone, so how do you think that went? Like, it's just,
Yeah.
Mark Thomas also grades heckles.
Oh,
as
that's
well.
nice.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah,
nice.
and he goes in and he's like, and so the thing is, because you weren't really confident when you started, but you ended it, and blah blah blah, and so I'm going to give you like a C, and then someone else would say something, and then it'd be like, see, that's what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
And he just keeps going back and back, and
Yeah.
you can see the people shrinking more and more into their seat. Brilliant. I think if I was a comedian and I got heckled, I would just
Cry.
give up.
Which
But-
one of the three of you do you reckon would do a set first?
Fraser.
Fraser, would you?
Fraser's the most confident on stage already, I think.
I think if you're, I think that see before I started working here more regularly,
You've got a like.
I thought about maybe I'd give it a go, but see now that I work, I couldn't.
Yeah.
If I was going to do it, I'd have to go to another country and try it.
Yeah, but you've got
if I was like, I couldn't even go
routine
to like.
worked out.
Well, I had an idea, although then I was watching comedy the other day, and it's not a million miles off of something Robin Williams did, and I'm like, nah, I need to start something else. But then he's probably stole someone else.
Exactly,
yeah.
He famously nicked from everyone. But I mean, I don't know. I don't have a burning passion to do it.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be a musician. For
Yeah,
what it's
yeah,
worth,
fair,
I like.
fair,
I prefer music, but I get it. I understand why people do it. I get the thrill of why. Like, if you get a laugh, there's nothing quite like that. I guess.
Yeah.
I
You were
mean,
great at the end of the karaoke as well.
thank you.
Oh yeah.
Really
Fraser
good.
sang Reet Petite, which is
This-
the walk-on music.
It's sort of weirdly become a bit of a tradition. I mean, not specifically with me, but like we kind of try and finish any stand party now with
Yeah.
our
Please
rendition of
stand for the
Repeat.
national anthem.
And then we do Repeat. And it's good fun. We do
Yeah.
all the fringes and we did it here as well. So
I'm glad
Well,
there
maybe
was
we start this podcast with us singing it.
Yeah.
Don't we?
There was
Yeah.
a weird. There's been weird periods where the stand whoever's been doing it has not had Reet Petite.
In
for
Edinburgh,
bring
they don't
people
use
on.
it as much.
Yeah,
They use different.
feels weird.
I sort of
Yeah.
swear by it here.
Yeah,
I sort of,
yeah.
unless otherwise
some-
specifically
yeah,
requested,
exactly.
it's Repeat
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
getting.
They use it. Is it like for Red Raw? Maybe they have a different.
They have Higher Ground
They use
by
Higher
Stevie
Ground.
Yeah, so
Wonder.
Yeah.
they do it.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
Is it the Stevie Wonder version or the Red Hot Chili Peppers version?
oh,
they use?
Stevie Wonder.
It's the Stevie
Yeah.
Wonder.
Yeah.
There's a because jonglers used to use "Let Me Entertain You" with Robbie Williams,
okay.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
and you used to be able to tell how shite a crowd were going to be because when he does that bit where he invites the audience to scream.
Oh, you're like,
If they screamed, you'd go, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
But wasn't that
This is
most
gonna be
jonglers
awful.
gigs?
Yeah, it was most jonglers.
When did jonglers stop being a thing?
Over 10 years ago now,
Right,
I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
Because there was one. Was there one near where Glee is?
It was Glee.
It was
oh,
a
was
Glee.
it Glee?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was a
Oh,
Glee.
right, okay.
Yeah.
And then there was one in Edinburgh, like in the Omni.
Yeah, that was horrendous.
Yeah.
That was, I think that was the first ever one I did. I did an open spot there. And again, it was quite a big deal doing an open, because at
Yeah.
that point, jonglers were like really big. And Stade was on that one.
Wow.
And I can't remember, I think it was Jason John Whitehead had gone on first. And we were, like, I was shitting myself because it was properly, like, rabid. They were like,
Yeah.
It's a different sort of gig to hear.
Yeah.
they were mental. That Edinburgh Jonglers, so Stade was headlining, and it was Jason on first, and I was shitting myself because I was brand new, and Jason went on, and he died brutally, and Stade came up to me and was like, he was like, and he's a professional, Mark. They're gonna fucking hate you.
And did they?
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
Oh God.
I love Tom. That's it.
We talk about Tom a lot.
Yeah, I
on
mean,
this
Tom
pod.
Stade comes up on like every
Yeah.
podcast.
We need to get him on at some point. You were
like-
talking earlier on about how you're sorry, I had a question. I was trying to keep us on track.
No.
How your entry into comedy was a lot of American comedy stuff like that, and how you're a big fan, particularly like Eddie Murphy and stuff. It was announced fairly recently. I don't know when this is coming out. It might be months ago by the time this comes out, that Lorne Michaels is doing
Yes.
like a British version of Saturday Night Live, and I understand they've kind of tried little bits of that in the past, but nothing ever successful. What do you think about that as a concept?
I really hope it works.
Are you waiting for that phone call to be like, do you want to do the Weekend Update?
No, I'm gonna
That would be so sick.
I would love that.
I mean, I would generally, even if it was utter shite and it only lasted 6 weeks, to be a part of it would be incredible.
To say that
Yeah.
you'd been on it would
The
be
problem,
so good.
I hope they don't stay London centric. I hope
Yeah.
they
there's a
cast
lot of
wide
things.
net.
There's a lot of things I think they need to do to have any chance of making it successful, because they have tried it before and it was kind of successful in the 80s.
Sure.
Because that's a lot of Harry Enfield's main characters came out of Saturday Live with Ben Elton hosting it. They need to make it. They can't do a carbon copy of the American one because
different
it's
sensibilities.
totally different sense of humour. It's the same. It's the reason panel shows don't work in America.
Yeah.
They just don't have that sense of humour. It's the reason we've tried late night talk shows like Letterman and Jay Leno and stuff, and they've never ever worked here. They need to. It can't just be the same acts that you would expect on Mock the Beat.
People that you see all the time.
I'm used to have Mock the Beat.
Yeah.
It can't just be those. And there's nothing against those acts. They're all brilliant.
No.
But it can't be the same faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be new acts. Because
I
you
also
need
think-
It's almost about writers as well.
But
Yeah.
SNL performers are less stand-ups and more sort of character.
That's
and
where.
I don't
And
know
improvers as well.
and improv and character comedy.
Extreme
It currently isn't a massive thing in the UK.
Yeah.
But there's obviously people doing it, and that would maybe
I think
be
the majority of stand-ups wouldn't work on it because they're not also comic actors.
Yeah, exactly.
It needs new,
Yeah.
because like people forget, like Bill. Nobody knew who Bill Murray was
Yeah.
when he first went on. Nobody knew who Mike Myers was.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who Will Ferrell was. So
Yeah.
it needs new people.
Yeah.
But it also needs people like there's a lot of folk that are doing sketches online that would be
Yes.
like Stephen Buchanan.
Oh, yeah, that would be
perfect
so
for it.
good.
Josh
Imagine
Pugh
that.
would be
Yeah,
perfect for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's the kind of stand-ups they need.
Yeah.
Other stand-ups. Like stand-ups like me, they need me for the Weekend
Obviously.
updates.
So fair.
But
Need.
they don't need me for the sketches
Yeah.
because you need that a certain type of stand-up, and then
Yeah.
you need a massive writing team behind it as
Yeah.
well.
The writers is such a big part of SNL for
Which
sure.
is that's going to be the problem
Because
because
you've got to churn stuff out. It's
Yeah.
like a weekly thing, and it's
Yeah.
got to be. But yeah,
yeah, British stuff has never had the team of writers that Americans.
Yes.
That's why Friends, in my opinion, is the greatest sitcom of all time
Wow.
because
That's-
they had.
That's a
words.
hot take.
Yeah,
I don't know if we've got time to dig into that.
but they had such a massive group of writers
Yeah.
that
They
would
it
produce-
never got stale.
they would produce 5 punchlines for
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
joke,
Fair.
and then
Yeah.
they would pick the right one.
Yeah. Well, I can't believe we had Mark Nelson from the Weekend Update on our podcast.
Isn't that amazing? You're taking time out of your busy schedule. And we were going to let you go because you're off to Inverness now.
Molly's question.
I
But
am.
before you go, I was getting to it.
Sorry,
Like, come on, I'm a
sorry.
professional.
I was worried.
Before you go, we like to end. We like to flip things up because we're a crazy bunch of cats here, and
God,
do
don't
our
like that.
icebreaker question at the end. And so over to Molly. Go.
This is a spoiler for Raymond that he's going to get.
Well, it's not the same question.
If you were to make your own festival weekend, who would you want to headline for the Saturday and Sunday night?
Is this comedy or music?
Music, please.
Music.
Yeah.
Music, please.
We did not even dig into the fact that Oasis are
Right.
reforming, but we're just not going to get into it.
Yeah. Can I have anybody?
Yeah.
Anyone, dead or alive?
I'd have Oasis on the Saturday night. Can I have
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Sure.
Right, I'll have Oasis on the Friday night. On the Saturday night, I would probably have. On the Saturday night, I would have Radiohead, but Radiohead just after OK Computer.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah. Bring them
yeah.
forward in
So
time.
that
Prime.
they did half OK Computer, half the Bends.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And on the Sunday night, I'd have the Prodigy.
Oh,
Nice.
So Dean Martin doesn't get a look in.
No, he wouldn't. Like, and
He's not- he's not
the
a festival
Legends,
act.
the
Yeah,
Legends
yeah, yeah.
slot on
He's-
yeah.
Sunday
Yeah,
afternoon,
yeah,
but you
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
My mum wanted to take me to see the Prodigy, and the guy that died. She was like, "I'm so sorry." She phoned me. "I'm so sorry." And she was so upset, and I was like, "What's happened? What's happened?" She was like, and I was like, "Mum, what's happened?" She's like, I failed you. And the guy from the Prodigy's died, and I can't take you to see it. And I was like, Okay.
Had no interest.
No, I did, but it was like her lifelong thing to take
For
me
you
to.
just to see the Prodigy with Keith Flint. That's
yeah.
quite cool.
I
Yeah,
did see them. I
because
saw
she
them
took
all
me to
nest
see.
around.
Yeah, they were
She took
awesome.
me to see Prince.
Oh, that's
when I was
cool, to
11,
be fair.
and she
That-
wanted to.
seriously?
Yeah.
That's
is really
fucking
cool.
incredible.
Yeah, that's
She's
good.
a cool
Someone
lady.
I vaguely know is from Minnesota. Is that where Prince lives?
Sure.
And
day,
when he
man.
used to lived, he used to have like parties and anyone could
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
She managed to go to a party and she stole a cushion and she has a cushion from
One of
Prince's
Prince's
house.
cushions.
That is awesome.
Yeah. I
That
love
is
Prince.
that fucking 11 years old seeing Prince.
Yeah, it was my first
That is
concert.
genuinely the coolest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And my second concert was S Club 7.
Oh,
Wow, mixed bag.
Yeah.
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 Do you want to quickly do your weekend, Mal?
Yeah, I think I would do Friday night Rolling Stones.
Okay.
Saturday night I would usually. I think Saturday night is there for like a disco slot.
Sure.
So Prince is. I love Prince so much. So I guess I would have to say him. But shout out also to Chic. That would be
Nice.
sick.
Chic are good.
Actually,
Yeah.
maybe Prince can do before Chic. I don't know. And then Sunday night chilled out. I'm gonna go Billy Joel.
Oh, that's a great show.
Yeah. Because everyone's a bit rough, and then
Yeah.
you're like, it starts off really chill, and then we all have a little cry when he sings Vienna, and then we all have a little cry when he sings Piano Man, and then we'll all have a little cry. No, I reckon Billy Joel Sunday night.
That's a really
Yeah.
good Sunday night, actually.
Thank you. You?
Lottie?
I'm not.
Justin Bieber singing Baby.
Yeah, I was gonna do Justin Bieber.
No,
But,
Justin Bieber, Troye Sivan.
no, I think I would do SZA Friday night.
Okay.
Kendrick
SZA.
Lamar Saturday night. Maybe CMAT Sunday night.
Oh, love seeing Matt.
But sorry, they're all modern and you probably don't know who they are.
See, I'm like, shut up. If it's just for me, I would do.
That's the answer. Just
Like
for
it
me,
makes
you know?
sense to do like these huge bands, but I actually really like, I don't know.
Clonosaurus Friday night.
I would not put my own band on. That would be embarrassing. But you can look us up if you want. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, this is so dull. Is this even? It's not interesting.
That's what mine wasn't interesting.
Chromeo, because I saw them recently at SWG3 and it was the most
like
fun I ever had.
Chromeo.
It was like a total party. And maybe. Do you know what? And this is such a dull answer, right? But it's because I saw them and I've seen them twice now. Both never paid for it. I got
Coldplay.
tickets. I went and saw the Killers twice, and honestly,
Killers are good.
what a fucking
Fucking
gig!
brilliant.
What a
Yeah.
gig! There's nothing quite like watching them play Mr. Brightside to a Glasgow crowd. It was
hate that
unbelievable,
song.
and but it was just the atmosphere was
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
And then maybe I don't know. I'm always going to be an Arcade Fire stan, so maybe Arcade Fire. But that's
Cancelled.
But yeah,
I'd go to your weekend.
Thanks.
I'd go to my weekend.
I'll go to my weekend.
Can I switch the Prodigy to Saturday night and then Radiohead on
New.
Sunday?
Oh, yeah,
Because I
that'd be
feel
good.
that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
And nobody
Yeah.
wants to drive home
Yeah.
on the Monday after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
No,
On the
it's my
basis
pleasure.
that we don't know when this is going to come out, is there anything in the distant future you'd like to plug?
I'll be doing 11 nights at the Fringe.
Amazing.
And
Mark Nelson,
I'll be
11 nights at
doing
the
Name of the
Fringe.
show, where are you playing?
Liquid Gold.
at the Hive. And then I'll be doing the Pavilion.
Oh,
next,
no way.
Next
Amazing.
March.
Sick.
Amazing.
That's really great.
So,
Cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Love you.
Good.
cheers.
Thanks very much, Mark.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers, bye.